Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Leigh Loves Movies, and as you can see, I'm not actually at the movies right now. I'm in my living room. As you've guessed from the title and what you can see on screen right now, I am actually about to start watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 5. Now, this is going to be a spoiler review, guys. So, if you have not seen episode 4 or episode 5, please click away and come back and watch this video once you have, and then we can discuss it in the comments. Um, and also, guys, if you haven't seen any of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, what are you guys doing with your life? Go subscribe to Disney Plus. Let yourself watch one of the best TV shows we've had this year, and then yeah, you can join me next week for the finale, which is going to be awesome. There's been hints of a Steve Rogers cameo. Who knows if that's true? They did that last time with WandaVision. Speaking of WandaVision, once you're subscribed to Disney Plus, watch WandaVision. Seriously, that show went places that I was not expecting. Amazing, amazing TV show. I didn't know Marvel was capable of doing something so good. Once you guys watch that, you'll know what I'm on about. Amazing TV. Anyway, back to Falcon Winter Soldier. So we're at episode 5. I've just finished the intro. And, I guess this episode's going to lead off where we left off last time, which was John Walker that had the vibranium shield, the new Cap had the shield, and he basically, chopped the guy in half. And it has that iconic shot that where the episode ended, where it pans back and up, and he's holding the shield like this, and you can see half of the shield is covered in blood. What a shot! I was like, when that episode ended, I was like, oh, I've got to wait another week. No, like this. So I'm quite keen to get into it and see what happens. As far as predictions go, I'm really hyped because I just watched the trailer earlier this morning, the mid-season trailer, and in the trailer it gives away that Sam and Bucky are actually going to confront the new Cap, after the murder. And he says to them, you guys don't want to do this. And Bucky looks into the screen and he's like, yeah, we do. And when I saw that on the trailer, I was literally laughing. I had my phone whoa, like this. I'm pretty excited to see Sam, Bucky versus the new Cap with the serum. It's going to be awesome. Also, we have to get to what's going on with Sharon Carter. Is she the power broker? Is she not? Now, there's been lots of fan speculation that she is. I'm not sure. I haven't researched it too much. I like to keep the show, give me a few surprises. I feel like sometimes if you get too involved with that stuff, you can ruin some surprises. I will say, though, it's a little obvious if Sharon Carter is the power broker, but again, it's obvious for a reason, I guess, because, there couldn't be anyone else at this time. There's 2 episodes left, guys. They've got a lot to do, but I think they're really going to ramp it up, these next 2 episodes. You could tell the first 3, they were a little slow and you didn't know where the pieces were falling, but in episode 4, everything fell into place. And you can see now they needed those 3 episodes at the beginning of a little bit of slow character development, telling you where Sam is, where Bucky is in their lives, where even the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe is in it at this moment, after the bleep and everyone's come back, after the death of Cap, after the death of Iron Man. It took a lot of, world building, and now we're at the stage where now they're set to do what they want. I actually think the murder with John Walker last week is actually going to affect the MCU for quite a while, and now we're not sure, is John Walker going to, is he going to get away with murdering this guy or not? Now, we could all tell John Walker, he's got PTSD, and he's, you could see he was going to probably flip at some stage. However, I will say, being John Walker, if that was me or anyone, even without serum, if you just saw your best friend die and someone kill your best friend, you'd be pretty angry and you'd probably lash out and want to kill the person or the people that were responsible for doing that. So are they going to give him a pass? Who knows? We'll see. But we've got to see where this goes. And then we've got to find out too with the shield. Is Sam going to get the shield back? Who's going to take the mantle? Is the mantle even going to be replaced now? I think that's a big theme through the show. The bad guys, I forget who they are now, but there's that whole thing they're against, a new cap. They're against, how things have tried to go back to normal after the bleep, and the people that they've left behind, where they've changed things back to past normal. So yeah, we'll see. I've got my popcorn, guys. I've got my Zevia cola. I'm ready for a good night. I'll catch you guys after the episode with my post thoughts and final thoughts. See you guys then. So what's in the box? I need to know, guys. What's in the box that Sam got from Wakanda? It's obviously some kind of new tech. What do you think it is? Put it down in the comments below. So yeah, this is our first 59-minute episode, the longest MCU episode we've ever had. And oh my god, it was just filled to the brim. Not only was it 59 minutes, it had a lot of information, a lot of cool scenes, cool character moments. And we also found out funny information like Bucky's actually a lefty and he's quite the flirt. Man, has he come quite a long way since episode 1 where he's going on a blind date. Yeah, so this is what I like about this show is, we do find out some back information about Sam and Bucky that we don't really have time for in the MCU movies where they've got to cover so much. So yeah, that's been pretty cool. Also, we got the cool character moments also between Sam and his sister about saving the boat and, keeping this legacy or part of his family legacy alive and what fighting is and fighting to keep something alive. Also, we got the moment between Isaiah and Sam where we find out, what happened to Isaiah and why is he so torn up about this being a black Captain America, and his advice to Sam not to take this shield, and no self-respecting black man would be a Captain America. So yeah, we find out that, and then also the cool moments between Bucky and Io from Wakanda. Yeah, so we know they have a special relationship in the flashback we've seen where she cures him of the Winter Soldier brainwashing and stuff. But yeah, we knew they had a relationship, but we never saw that between Civil War, Black Panther, and then where we see Bucky again in Infinity War. We just know he was in Wakanda. We don't know what he was up to and stuff, and obviously they came quite close. And I don't know what she said, but she said something to Bucky like, "We're taking Zemo back to Wakanda, to the raft, but it would be prudent to visit Wakanda at this time," or something like that. I'm not sure what she said. I tried to watch it 3 times. I couldn't get it. So if you guys know, also please let me know. Yeah, so now, God, I've just been talking about all the stuff that we got in the 59 episode. I haven't even got to the start of the episode. So yeah, at the start of the episode, it opens directly from the end of episode 4. We see John Walker and he's having these flashbacks of his best friend Battlestar, and he's a bit messed up, and he's got PTSD about just murdering this guy, and he runs into the warehouse, and then Bucky and Sam find him, and this is where they have the fight that we saw in the trailer. But before the fight happens, we get our first piece of dialogue for the episode, which is John Walker saying to himself, "Time to go to work," like his big pump up, military talk. And then the first thing he says to Sam is, what does he say? "You should see a medic. You don't look so good." Like, who writes this stuff? Like, and John, I just laugh because it's so funny. Like, John Walker just did all this stuff and he's just saying, "You should see a medic." Like, just hilarious. And then he says, "We could have been a team." In between fight, he says, "We could have been a team." And then he proceeds to want to try and kill Bucky and Sam. Yeah, and I mean kill. Not like Civil War fights between the Avengers where they're just trying to stop each other and, they're not really trying to harm each other. This John Walker is actually trying to cut Bucky and Sam in half. like full on go hardcore on them. So yeah, after the good fight, they both manage to take him down. He's KO'd. And then we see the bloody shield, and Bucky gets it and just throws it down at Sam, and you can see Bucky's still really disappointed, disgusted, and quite hateful towards Sam that, he let this happen to the shield and he gave up the shield, and, look what's happened, sort of thing. And then we fade to the title for episode 5. And then, the next thing that happens is we're in front of, I guess, the government. He calls him maybe mayor or something. General. I think he calls him general. He's in front of the general, or seems to be like the government or whatever. And yeah, John Walker's been stripped, and just like these, just like these cornel cones I've got left in this bowl, John Walker's been chewed up and spat out, and like totally spat out. And we can see here his development into this. Well, I guess he's going to be a villain, obviously, where you can see he's being just, treated badly by the government. And he even says, you guys made me this way. I did everything for you. And, you created me. And now this happens. So, yeah, as expected, he's been spat out. But, well, not as expected. We weren't sure what was going to happen to him after the murder. But it's obviously he's been stripped. He's not part of that army anymore. He's lost rank, everything like that. And then, yeah, we see that Zemo is no longer needed. And this is where Bucky has the character moment with AO and says, hey, look, we're going to take him to the raft in Wakanda as prisoner. Yeah, and he obviously, Zemo gets away. But yeah, I mean, Zemo in this show was such a cool part of the series. And we even saw, the Zemo meme where he's dancing in the club and stuff like that. So I really liked having Zemo in this series. And then it doesn't slow down a bit, but it just jumps back to Sam visiting his family in the boat. And, we just get these quieter moments now with Sam helping him restore the family boat. Bucky visits, helps out, flirts with the sister, helps try to rebuild this ship. And then here we see, now I think this is a bit of foreshadowing. We see a little bit of training and stuff like this, where Sam and Bucky are both using the shield, and Sam's throwing the shield and Bucky's catching it, and then Bucky's throwing the shield, hitting a few targets, and then Sam's catching it. So I think this is foreshadowing to something like a team-up fight in the last episode, where they're going to use those moves on the final boss or Carly, which is going to be awesome. Yeah, I think that's foreshadowing anyway. So yeah, and then somewhere in between, I'm not sure of the timeline here, but then we go back to John Walker. I guess it's just after he's been stripped and he's talking to his partner, I think, about what's happened and his loss. And then we see Elaine from Seinfeld, or I actually had to look it up, Valentina Di Fonte, gives the wife a card and says, yeah, basically, I sympathize with what you did. I understand what you did. You did the right thing. And I work for someone who's interested. And this is where I guess he's going to become a merc for hire or a mercenary. And she knows he doesn't have the shield, and she knows he's got the serum. So I guess they're not going to go in. I guess it's going to be a cliffhanger for the final episode. I think they can't go into this character, but it'll be set up for a future movie or something where we get introduced to a new, maybe not new villain, but a new group of people that are going to use John Walker as a merc or as a villain. So yeah, and then after that, John Walker goes to visit Battlestar's parents, and here we see the third thing that's gonna make him turn to the dark side, should I say, where he says to the parents, yeah, I killed the guy. And they asked, was that the guy that killed our son? And he's like, yes, I would never let the person that killed your son or killed my best friend still be alive and get away with it. Which we know Carly was the one that killed her. He's just lying here to save face, which is gonna make him more angry inside because he's had to lie about it. And we see there he's the extra turn to the dark side. Yeah, and this is where we see a bit of a training montage with Sam and Bucky with the shield, and also Sam and his cousins. Cousins? No, sorry, sister, niece. Yeah, his nephews, and his nephews. He's training with his nephews running around. I really wanted to hear a moment like when the nephew's running after Sam, if he could just say like "on your left" or some cool like. I know that would be totally cheesy, but I was just thinking it. But I'd love to hear something like that one day. Yeah, and then at the end we see GSP's back from episode 1. He's angry at Falcon, and he teams up with Carly and the in the intro I forgot who they're actually called. So they are called the something mask, green mask, or the Flag Smashers. Sorry. So he teams up. He doesn't want to team up with the Flag Smashers, but he works for the Flag Smashers, and then we see the Flag Smashers' final plan, which is to disrupt a vote going on at the GRC or GSC or something, where you can see they're making a vote what they should do with refugees, and a referendum. They're going to send refugees back, and then the episode cuts. So we know. Now, they're all in New York, but Sam knows that the Flag Smashers are in New York. They're about to attack this headquarters to stop the voting. GSP's with them. They've got some new weapons. So this is obviously where the final battle is going to happen. Yeah, and then we finally, as you can see here, we finally got our mid-credits scene, not post-credit scene, mid-credit scene, where we see John Walker in a kind of workshop, I guess, and he's making his own Captain America shield again because he can't give it up and he needs something to go to battle with. But the interesting part is he's like soldering one of his medals of honor onto the shield. Now, last episode he said with his Medal of Honor, look, we all know what I had to do to get those medals was far from the right thing to do. So we know that he thinks those medals, he didn't deserve those medals. He got a medal for his, quote, worst day of his life. And, it's obvious he regrets doing those horrible things to get the Medal of Honor. But he's soldering the Medal of Honor onto the shield. So does that mean that he's trying to dissolve that medal away, or he wants a reminder of the medal to make him more angry? Who knows about that? But I thought it was a cool little hint or a little bit of backstory to him and character development and stuff like that. So yeah, I think I've covered everything, guys. I'm really excited for the finale next week. I think we're going to get a 60-minute episode. I hope we get a 60-minute episode. They've got a lot to do. I'm going to go into my predictions on the next video next week. But obviously we know there's going to be the final battle between the Flag Smashers. And we could see at the end of this episode, Sam's probably going to be, well, not the new Cap, because I think no one can ever be the new Cap from Steve Rogers. But he's going to have the shield, and he gave up his wings too. Totally forgot. He said, I don't need my wings anymore, and he's just going to have the shield. So, yeah, where's he going with this? Yeah, I'm interested to see what's going to happen next week. I think we're going to be in for a finale. I don't think some of the things they've introduced, they're going to answer everything, just like WandaVision. I think they're going to leave some stuff as like intros into the next MCU film or something like that. So we'll see how we go. Guys, if you've made it this far, it's been a long video because I've really enjoyed talking about this show. But guys, if you have made it this far, please like, comment if you want to talk about the predictions, the next episode, or what happened this episode. And guys, please subscribe. Really helps me out a lot. Thank you guys for sticking around this long, and thank you for this past support and love on my first video. I've just been overwhelmed with how many views I got in such a short time and the positive feedback. So thank you everyone. It really means a lot to me. It's only my second video and I'm just enjoying it. I'm loving interacting with you guys. I love talking to you guys in the comments. So please subscribe. Let's keep it going. And I'll see you guys next week for Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 6. I might have another film review between then. We'll see. All right, guys. See you next week. Thank you very much.